Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Noelle and I review and unbox subscription boxes here on my channel. And today I have one of my absolute favorite quarterly boxes here on the channel because it is so different from any of the other boxes that I open. It is of course the amazing Desk Stash, which was sent to me by the amazing Dan and his colorful cast of characters. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you will find out very, very soon. As some of you may have noticed, it is in a slightly different size and shape box this time around, probably because of the contents, which are always useful, whimsical, and delightful. And I just really love this basically desk stationery subscription box because we get things that are really beautiful. A lot of the times we get things that you would see in the design shop of a museum. Sometimes they actually have been featured in the design shops of museums. And I always feel like it's really nice to have sort of elegant desk accessories and things that you can use to make work or study a little bit more fun. So on the top it just has a typewriter that says contents, colorful, cool, very, very useful, workspace happiness. That is a great description of this box. It is just $45 per quarter plus shipping. I believe the shipping is around $10. That's to me in California at least. I do have an affiliate link for you as well as a code. The code is just Noelle15 and that will save you 15%. As always, I will leave all of that information for you in the description box below. Affiliate link just means that I may receive a small commission if you use that link, but it is at no additional cost to you. So let's get into the box. I'm very excited. All right. Wow, you guys. So there is something right on top, which you can see is probably why they went for this flatter, larger box this time around. But I'm going to get that out of the way and then kind of pull out some of our other contents. Oh, interesting. There are some interesting items in here. It looks like they've kind of attached some of them together with like glue dots to keep them from moving around in here, which is totally fine. It's just, it's going to take a little, it's going to take a little work for me to undo it. But I think that's great because they didn't use a bunch of shred. They used the glue dots, but it is going to tear the plastic covering on some things, which is not necessarily something I would want to do in case I'm going to save things for later. Then they have glue dots on them, or I might be wanting to send them to someone else. So I'll just, I'll show you what I'm talking about when we get to them. But let me go ahead and close up the box for now so that we can talk about what we've got. All right, we're going to go in order because they do some fantastic copywriting over there at Desk Stash, and I want to give it its due. And if you haven't already seen some of my unboxings of Desk Stash, you might want to go back and look. I do have like a stationery playlist that has several other boxes on there too, but you'll learn the cast of characters. Oh my goodness, these glue dots, you can see what I'm talking about. This is like a glue dot, and so they kind of like put everything together so it wouldn't slide around in there. They're very strong. They are still sticking to my desk right now. So this is the Pied Mondrian, and yes, I'm one of those people who tries to put a French accent on French words and names. It's a mini clipboard. So let me go ahead and pull this out of the plastic because it's so gosh darn sticky. All right, let's see. So I would say, I hope that if they are able to, they go back to the regular size box and we don't get the glue dots and we get the shred instead. All right, so it's nice because it did come with a notepad of paper, and of course it is that classic Mondrian design, right? So that is what he is known for, is these very colorful blocks. I actually have always loved Mondrian, just with a very simple, clean, modern look, and it always makes me think of like the MoMA in New York. So it says, when these arrived, Joyce from billing. Joyce, ah, poor Joyce. Joyce from billing pulled one out and said, "Is this from the Partridge Family?" And I'm like, I will admit, I don't remember seeing the Partridge Family. I remember like the Brady Bunch and they're all looking down at each other from those different squares. But then I kind of looked it up and I was like, oh, the Partridge Family had that like really colorful like look, like with birds and stuff, right? Because they were with the Partridge Family. I don't know. Does this remind you of the Partridge Family? I think we're being told how old Joyce is. It says, "No, Joyce. This handy clipboard comes direct from NYC's MoMA store, and the print is one of Mondrian's better-known paintings," we told her. "The original sold last year for $51 million. Wow. Can you imagine having the money to throw around at art like that? It must be nice." Joyce looked confused, so we sent her out to go get coffee. Aw, poor Joyce. Joyce gets a little beat up on in some of these descriptions. So we just have a nice classic clipboard, but I do love that they gave it to us with this nice notepad. You can kind of see it's got that grid in the background, that Mondrian inspired grid. And this is always great for note taking, and I like having a smaller clipboard, so that's pretty cool. All right, this is also fun. also has a glue dot on the bottom. Bowling push pins, and you're like, what? This just looks like really cute to have on your desk, right? So bowling push pins, they are a little bit shiny, and let's see if they're very, very sealed or if I can slide them out. Let me see if I can get my X-Acto knife, which of course is from a past desk stash. An avid bowler himself, Ernie at reception. Oh, Ernie, he's an interesting character. Loves this set of push pins. 10 pins, a double entendre in themselves because they're bowling pins and push pins. And a bright red bowling ball pin comprise this tiny little piece of retro pop culture encased in a spotless plastic box. Well, except for that glue dot. It says Ernie may not ever open his. It's just so cool to look at, he says. So here we go. And it says strike on the side. Here is our push pin. There we go. So that looks like one of those you are here kind of push pins. And then I do love this. I think this is pretty cute. If you do have a board, you can be like, oh, put a pin in it. Which is always my way of, you know, that's the nice, polite way of telling people you'll come back to what you won't ever come back to. Let's put a pin in that and come back to it later. We'll circle back. Oh, man. And you're like, you're not going to circle back. Or if you're trying to like, as per my last email, let's circle back. Oh, you love corporate speak, don't you? All right. That's why you need fun desk accessories, because you get emails like that sometimes. All right, we have a splendid fountain pen. Ooh, I love fountain pens. They just feel very classic. They make you feel like a writer, yeah? So it says, as a youngster, our founder was obsessed with fountain pens. I was too. It says he'd spend countless hours pretending to sign autographs for his adoring fans using a fountain pen exactly like this one. Uncanny. Oh, this one is, let's see, how do I get into this? These are always tricky. It says, note, to avoid squirting ink in someone's eye, please skim the assembly directions. You're not in a Felix the Cat cartoon. I don't remember Felix the Cat cartoons either. So let's see. It's got the cartridge, so it's probably a nice refillable one. Let me see. Here is our cartridge of ink. And then here, come on, pen. Oh, we got a couple cartridges of ink. It looks like it's kind of stuck in there. Woo! Oh, man. Always dangerous. So here is our pen. That's why it has some extra plastic, but look how cool and like electric blue it is. And then we got two fountain pen refills, cartridges in a nice classic blue. So I'll have to carefully put that back together, or carefully put it together and back into the box so I can take some photos. And if you haven't already started following me over on Instagram, I would love to see you over there. I do take product photos for some of the boxes that I open here on the channel, and so you get to see close-ups and hear a little bit more about what my favorite items were, and a lot of the times the other boxes and their owners will chime in on stuff. So it's a fun place to be if you're really interested in seeing the items up close a little bit more sometimes. All right, we also have a, I'm gonna mispronounce this, McElrius stapler. I'm probably saying it wrong. Looks like a good old stapler to me, and another one of these you know, crystal clear boxes that I have a hard time opening. Let's see if I can. Let's see if I can get through the plastic and open it up. It says, we're including a nicely crafted stapler for the first time. Note its workhorse construction and clean geometric design. This high utility item comes to you from a manufacturer founded in 1839 in Barcelona, where it's called an engrapadora. All employees there get a new engrapadora for Christmas and a caganer. Which, if you're from Barcelona or you've been to Barcelona and you know that weird caganer thing, explain it to me. I would way rather get a stapler. I'm just saying, that's the American in me. I'm very happy to get a stapler from Barcelona instead of one of those. So very, very clean lines. It almost looks like it's made from like a 3D printer, right? Like that's how clean lined it is. I love it. That's why I love this box. Just really like simple designs, really classic, nothing too like girly, nothing too floral, and that is why it's such a great box that you can get for anyone, really. Like, doesn't matter what age, doesn't matter what gender, doesn't matter if they're at school, doesn't matter if it's like their workplace. Sometimes they're a little bit whimsical, but I still think the design value on all the items in this box are always fantastic. All right, we still have 3 more items. So this box actually has, can I count? 7 items. Sometimes I think we get like 5 to 7 items, so this is on the higher number of items. So we got these monograph report covers. So this is, so there were a bunch of glue dots. So now it's kind of stretched my plastic a little bit, which is okay because these are probably something that I will hold on to. It says, hand over your quarterly data, Do you say data or data? Do you use data as a plural? It's one of those things that I'm always going back and forth on. Hand over your quarterly data like a boss in one of these and watch your performance reviews sparkle. This folder boasts some serious Danish design. It will take the place of some bland bit of manila folder type thing you've used in the past, which has never impressed anyone. Empower yourself. So we do get a lot of stuff from Monograph, and this is very, very sleek. I'm feeling it. So they are in like a nice plastic, almost like a thicker vellum. Ooh, these are nice. So yes, these aren't gonna get thrown away. It's gonna be like, I'm gonna like turn something in and be like, I want that folder back. You don't get to just toss that or like make it into a Christmas card for your kids to play with and draw on when they visit the office. So they're plain on the one side, and you can kind of see, you can see that shine when I get it in the light. And then they've got these fun like graph designs. Ooh, these are sleek. I like these. These are nice. And you can see there's a little like finger hold there so you can open them up. Ooh, and then they just are sealed on two edges so that you're just slipping things inside. These are great for travel too, especially if you have different elements of your travel, of your trip, where you can have like each city, all of the paperwork that you need, because yes, we do still have to print things out sometimes. And then you can see they are see-through, so you can actually get a little preview of the contents right there. I love these. These are so cool. And then it's nice to have everything divided. Look at this one with the sort of like circle grid. That's really cool. And again, I love that you can see what's inside. Those are really cool. So I don't mind that the plastic got a little bit twisty because I'm gonna hold on to those. All right, then let's see. We've got these basic, B-I-Z-I-C, B-A-Z-I-C, Bazic, is it Serbian? Bazic color staples. It says, add spark to your otherwise dull as dishwasher stapling task with these metallic colored staples. Oh, to go with our fancy stapler. Ooh, look at these. So this is like probably like a smaller item, but I love that they included them to go with our stapler. It says, Joyce from billing is quite taken with them and cannot pull them down, cannot put them down. She's just stapling everything and then putting it probably into those folders. So she's threatening to bedazzle her bell bottoms with these staples, then wear them to work on Monday. Not appropriate office attire, Joyce. I don't know. I think this could be for like casual Friday if you're bedazzling. Look how shiny those are. I think those are really fun. Aren't those great? Those are really cool. I love the, like, you know, you could have the most boring report, but then like you just send this little purple staple up in the corner. Totally cool. And then finally, the other items, so they probably like waited to have a couple of items that were more like that 8.5 by 11 size to justify the big flat box. We have this. This is really cool. It's this part looks like it's like on watercolor paper. I don't know what it is exactly, but from far away it looks like typewriters with sunglasses on, right? Like those are grills down there. It says, this is the, oh boy, here's another word I can't say. The Actetre typewriter stationery. All right, so let's see. This stationery stymied Ernie at reception. Just what are these things? So Ernie is obviously significantly younger than Joyce because Joyce is making Partridge Family references, and Ernie doesn't know what an old typewriter looks like. It says, just what are these things, he wondered. Old cash registers? Teletype machines? I don't know what a teletype machine looks like, though, do you? It says he'd never seen a typewriter, the scamp. Who's writing these? It says each sheet of quality linen writing paper sports a nifty old Corona typewriter on the masthead. So many parts, Ernie marveled. 10 red envelopes are included. So we got some good old-fashioned stationery, kind of literally because it's got old-fashioned typewriters on it. So love it, love it. So luxury writing paper with a keepsake folder. Oh, it's a folder. We got an extra folder. These are very bright red envelopes, but you gotta love them. So fun, colorful envelope. And then here is our lovely stationery that says ABC, XYZ. Look at that. So nice big sheets of stationery, which you could house in one of those folders. Or this one. I love that this is a folder. So I'm gonna show you guys. Can you see that sort of nice textured, it's like almost like watercolor paper, really, really thick. And then inside, oh, this is fun. So it's kind of open here, but there is a little spot where you, like almost like a gift box, there's a tab where you could put it into that little slot to give it a little bit more shape, or you could just use it like that, because of course you could put something in this bottom little lip and then something else in the top lip, but if you don't want things to fall out, of course you're gonna put it in that folder. But that's really nice that they gave us that to hold on to everything. So let me go ahead and put my paper in there. so I don't have to worry about that plastic being a little bit torn and twisty from the glue dots. I don't know why I got my glue dots in a bunch, but I did. So I'm sorry, I did. So, you know, I'm just like, I'm a little OCD when it comes to things like that, when it comes to things being like neat and nice, and that's why I like this box so much. So red envelopes to go with our fun typewriter stationery, which I think is really cool. So I feel like you have to do something handwritten there. No, you have to do something on a typewriter. So this is actually very cool because you could use like a typewriter font and then put these sheets into your printer and print out your letter. I think that would be really cool, especially with the like the typewriter fonts where it looks like sometimes the like dots on the ends, like the serifs are like a little bit too big. I used to love having a real typewriter. I had a real typewriter for a really long time. And then I even had like an electronic typewriter where it had like the whiteout tape and you could actually like erase things. That's what I did my reports on in high school until we finally got a computer. We were like one of the last families that I knew to get a computer. And even then it was like, it was a little janky. It was like on those dot matrix printers. Do you guys remember those? I'm getting off topic and dating myself. But I think it would be really fun to type up a letter to someone on this, yes, using my regular printer, but using a typewriter font. I think that'd be really fun. And also saves me from hurting my hand. I've noticed that I can't like write by hand, even though I feel like I have a lot of handwritten fonts and like fairly neat handwriting. I can't write for very long. Like even when I'm writing those giveaway box like notes to all of you, like that hurts my hand after like writing a few of those. All right, let's go over all of the awesome things that we got in this desk stash box that you can get for yourself. I forget what they're calling this edition, but I will tell you that the total retail value on this box, which is $45 plus shipping, is $72. So you're definitely getting your money's worth, as well as really cool items that they have curated and put together for you. So we got our, it's hiding in the box. It's like a pizza box over here. We got our Montreal clipboard with notepad. We got our super cool bowling push pins, which I don't have a push pin board, like a bulletin board right now, so I will keep them in their pristine box for now. We got our splendid fountain pen, which I have to remember how to use that. Ooh, but the fountain pen could be really fun on that paper too. I don't know. I don't trust myself. I like fountain pens for like short things, like greeting cards, where you can get kind of swoopy with your letters. Our McElrius, I know I'm saying that wrong, McElrius stapler with, of course, some fabulous Basic. Okay, my staples got stuck to my desk. Hold on a second. Fabulous fun colored staples. Our monograph report covers. I know this might make me sound like the most boring human ever, but I think that these report covers are probably my favorite thing in the box, just because I find them useful and very sleek and sophisticated, and I think they're just really neat. Is that weird? I'm like, I think the file folders are my favorite item. And then finally we got this very cool typewriter stationery, and let's see, what did it say? It said how many sheets there were. So I think that we got 10, oh, obviously there's 10 envelopes, so we got 10 sheets of paper. So there we go. So if you want to write one that's 2 pages, then you have an extra envelope. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I think this box is fabulous. I just think it's really different. If you're someone like me who does like to have cool desk supplies, or just wants to have something to start up conversations with your office mate or your schoolmates, this could be a great box. It's a great gift box as well for people who are going back to in-office work, as well as kids who are going to school at the end of the summer, of course. So keep it in mind for sure, and remember Noel 15 and that link that I'll leave for you below in the pinned comment and in the description box will save you 15%. I hope you enjoyed, and to see you all very, very soon in my next unboxing.